Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this morning with Bear and Fred, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Bear's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give the correction, and the only correction that we give here at school is a little tug and let go on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Bear will be coming home with his very own training collar, and you'll be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session. Now he is sitting very nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. He's at heel position, which means he's sitting with his shoulders next to Fred's left leg. And the first exercise that they're going to demonstrate for you is the heel command. The command is Bear heel, and at this point Bear has a job to do, and that is to match pace with you. And each time that you stop walking, he has been taught to sit automatically to wait for his next command. So whether you speed up or slow down, he should always do the same. He should always match pace and direction with you. And stay right with you like a gentleman, and when you stop walking, whether it's to cross the street or talk to a neighbor, Bear should be sitting quietly at your left and waiting for his next command. And you see that he is focused on his trainer, paying attention, and doing a very nice heel. Now the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the stay. The sit stay is a hand and a voice command. Stay. It's the left open palm right in front of his muzzle, the one word firm command to stay. Your long sit stays when you're practicing at home are for 1 minute, working up to 3 minutes, and this is a good exercise for helping to develop self-control and maturity. When Fred returns back to him, he will walk all the way around him as an additional distraction, and Bear should remain seated until he gets his next command. Fred gives him a little pat for praise, and they take off heeling again. He's really done a good job here at school. We're real proud of him. He's adorable. Doing nice heeling with Fred. If you notice, there's no tension on the leash. If he were to stop heeling, Fred would give him a little tug and let go on that training collar, but so far he hasn't even needed it. Fred will leave him again in a sit stay. And remember, your stationary exercises can be practiced right indoors. You don't have to go outside to practice your obedience. And we're going to be teaching you how to incorporate them into your everyday living situations. Now this time, instead of returning back to Bear as he did before, he's going to call him. The command is Bear come. He praises him on the way in, and Bear's been taught to come right in front and sit facing your knees. And that's to help eliminate him jumping all over you. And then he goes back to heel and back sitting, and they will demonstrate that come on command again. That's an important exercise, and we always want it to be a happy exercise, that he's not afraid to come to you or, reluctant. We always want him to know that when he comes to you, it's a good event. So Fred leaves him in another sit stay, and on your sit stays, lengthen out your time and your distance. Fred's going to use his name and a happy voice, and he comes right in and sits facing Fred's knees. Beautiful job. And then back to heel and back sitting. Perfect. Now we're going to set up for our down commands. And there are 2 down commands, and these are great commands to be able to use in your home as well. So how you start out is with your dog seated at your left at heel position. This is your down from a heel position. So with the dog seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one word command to down and then stay. Your long down stays when you're practicing at home are for 3 minutes, working up to 5 minutes. And again, you're going to lengthen out time and distance. It's good self-control exercise. When Fred returns back to him, he will walk all the way around him just as he did on the sit-stay, and Bear should remain lying there until he gets another command. And Fred will heel him out of that, and we will demonstrate that down from a heel one more time. And you're going to get hands-on practice working with your trainer on Thursday when he comes home. Left open palm, straight down toward the ground, one word command to down and stay. And you will find that your verbal commands most of the time aren't even necessary because we train with both. He's very focused on Fred. You can see him looking at Fred. Now this time Fred's going to call him out of that exercise. Calls him in, has him sit. Beautiful. Back to heel. Oh, smart boy. And the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is your down from a distance. And your distance downs are good because with practice we're going to have him downing from across the room. Fred leaves him in a sit-stay. Walks out to the end of his training leash to face the dog. This is the only time, distance commands are the only time that you use your right hand. So Fred's going to drop him into a down from the end of his leash. And that was perfectly done. Now we've demonstrated for you your basic obedience commands. Your heel, your automatic sit, your stay, your sit stay, your down from a distance, and your come on leash. These are the exercises that you're going to be practicing with little Bear for the first, little while that he's home. We will take him further when he comes back for boarding in February, and I'm sure that you're going to be able to tell us how far you've taken him in the month between visits. We've so enjoyed having him. He is a nice boy, and we will see you soon. And thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.